There you are. We are on.
Hi. Commentary. Tell people what's going on.
We're here. We're against vaccines. We're against a pandemic. We're against a pandemic. We're against phony vaccines. One medicine's not good for everybody. How can that be right? We're here for Trump, and we're here to save the whales.
Check, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hello? Hello, yes, can you hear me? All right.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for coming, everybody. Thank you. I know a lot of you are here today to support the cause to push back against mandated vaccines. A lot of us know that vaccines are not good for you on general basis, and a lot of vaccines are good for you. But making it mandatory for everybody is a terrible idea. So even if you're here by accident and you wanted to just see what the commotion is about, you're here by choice and you're here by no coincidence.
Free speech in America.
Free speech in America. That's exactly what we need to do. Yes, sir. Can you Well, but we do have a First Amendment right, sir. We do have a First Amendment right to gather and to speak. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. So I would like to, we have a fantastic lineup of speakers today. We've got the Freedom Angels driving all the way from Sacramento to be here today to drop bombs of knowledge on you. Tara and Denise. We've got Dean Ryan from Real Deal Media coming through. We've got Becca Balboa coming through. She's a mother of two. She's a DJ. She's beautiful. So I'd like to, without further ado, welcome our first speaker. Oh wait, and we also got Alan. Where's Alan? Where'd Alan go? Okay. So our first speaker today is Dean Ryan from Real Deal Media. He has been a correspondent for InfoWars and Natural News, and he's here to say a few things before we all get arrested.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, we're waiting for the firefighters to come next. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. It's so dangerous to be up here without any slave masks. I know we're all taking the risk today, and I mean, nobody's flopping over like they told us, right? You know, nobody's flopping over. We're all breakers, and I guess we're too loud, we're too boisterous for the Huntington Beach police.
No free speech in America is allowed.
Well, there's free speech if, you know, you're Nancy Pelosi, if you're the paramilitary wing of China called Antifa, if you're the PSYOP Marxist group called the BLM, oh, that's fine. In fact, not only do you get free speech, you can go to Target and have anything you want.
That's right.
Big screen TVs, protection. In fact, if you're in the BLM, the virus says, oh, it's a peaceful protest, we'll wait till you're done. But if you're here defending the most dangerous thing to the globalists called America, or even better, if you're here representing the individual, oh God, globalists, yeah, globalists get worried. So I came here from Austin, Texas to Orange County. I'm from Orange County, and I came back because I now feel, with things I know and the energy and the vibes here, California is turning this whole thing around, and it starts right here in Orange County. Because I got to tell people all the time, Orange County is no LA whatsoever. In
Absolutely
fact,
not.
It's an insult. They've labeled the baseball team Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. I mean, that is so insulting. As insulting as seeing a police officer saying we're hurting people's ears. But I mean, has he not heard the choppers, the motorcycles? You know. Anyways, let's just get right into it here. Let's get right into it. We're now in the last chapter of this pandemic. We are now in the final phase of the vaccine rollout. It's phase 4. And the entire world is watching the United States, and to a bigger degree, they're watching Donald Trump because he is the beachhead of this sovereignty movement. We're in the middle of a World War III, and with the Chinese government, with sleeper cell units that have been allowed here under Obama's rule. But this time, we're fighting World War III on American soil. And Americans don't even know what that's like. We don't even remember what war is. It's so privatized, we don't feel the hurt and the pain of the Iraq War. A lot of people are, we have a young generation that doesn't even remember 9/11. Well, let me tell you, this is 9/11 every day. We have to go through this role-playing, this cosplaying, this insult to our intelligence of a psyop to sink us into the Great Reset, which they're planning for January. And the only problem is America's in the way. And that's why they have to focus the vaccines, the mask wearing, all these rules and regulations, because you know why? They did it in the Commonwealth, they did it in New Zealand, they did it in Australia, and they did it in the UK and Canada. It's a complete nightmare. And now they're doing it here to all the blue cities. They wanted, you have the Chinese mafia in Chinatown in San Francisco. They own Silicon Valley. And by the way, there's hundreds of thousands of them at one point that were in Baja, California, setting up bases. And now they're in BC at the border in Canada, getting ready for their Red Dawn moment. How many of you know that the Chinese bought 130,000 acres in Fort Hood, Texas? And I ask you, what for? We're going to build a water park? A mask manufacturing system? Oh yeah, Gavin Newsom, the alleged governor of California, who remembers he gave $4.5 billion to a car manufacturing. All of a sudden, in the LA Times, they said, "Oh, that was $1.5 billion." Wow, they're as accurate as those COVID tests, huh?
That's our money. Our tax dollars. Really good.
Now, I ask you, since when does a car manufacturing company make masks? Since when does a car manufacturing China make masks? Well, I'll tell you why. Because I got stuck in LA in March, and I started this show called The Real Deal Report. And I noticed, yeah, thank you. Thank you, yeah.
We're watching you.
And I noticed, I looked outside my window, I got stuck in Culver City. I said, where am I? Is this Terminator 3? Oh, and there's drones outside. I said, dear God, guess who makes the drones? DJI, it's a company of China. And this police precinct, Huntington Beach, they use the drones. LAPD uses drones, and guess what these drones are doing? They're not just taking photos for the yearbook at the end of the year. No, they're getting facial recognition. They're getting landscaping information. They're getting police data that goes straight to the Communist Chinese Party, to the People's Liberation Army, because these people are ready to collect. They've already usurped the entire Commonwealth. They've usurped the majority of the United States, and I'll tell you even more. Not only do the Chinese run the DJIs, they now own the electronic black boxes in every single plane in the United States. They've infiltrated the FAA.
Wow.
This is how infiltrated we are.
Whoa.
And this is a world war, a one world technocracy that is using China for their military might, using China as the system for the social crediting system that we're all part of, believe it or not. I mean, you don't want to lose all those photos on Facebook, do you? If you say the word virus, do you? Or if you complain about Joe Biden, I mean, that's what all Stop the Steal is about there, right? And then you hear Joe Biden, his is for a cop the fill.
Those people from Vietnam with those yellow flags, no communism is
in the Vietnamese community, no communism more than anyone. They fought back a dictator called Ho Chi Minh that we lost how many thousands of people to?
That's right.
Who was, by the way, part of a heroin trade with the CIA? Yeah, the CIA. Who knows the CIA has no oversight by Congress, has no oversight by Senate. And now we have something, we have Trump doing what JFK didn't do fast enough, and what JFK was trying to do is he was going to shred the CIA into 1,000 pieces. And he had Directive 55, 56, and 57, and that gave special forces control to the executive branch. Then that got taken away when they did a coup d'etat on our president, and the CIA was running special forces. How lovely. Well, guess what? That changed 2 weeks ago. Trump now controls special forces under Directive 55, 56, 57. He's fulfilling the dreams of the JFK presidency. And I got to ask you, the lamestream media and Officer Barney Fife over there. For a president who lost, for a guy that lost to a projected president, I love the fact we're living in an era where a projected president
Can't outvote the computer.
Yeah. Why is he now controlling the special forces that do special operations? Why is he maneuvering and firing people as he's leaving office? Is it because, just for no reason? I'll tell you what the reason is. We are about to have a rude awakening, but also a great awakening too. And that awakening is called insurrection. So I talk to a lot of people all the time, and I feel like a minister right now, but it's hard to compete with the horns, but I'll try my. Everyone can hear me okay? Okay. No monitor. So basically this. For the past 3 years, the military has been performing military exercises of what I just said earlier, and that's insurrection. But they've been performing them on 3 particular states. Let me tell you what those states are. Starting at the north, Washington. Second is Oregon. And third, big one, California. And what they're practicing and doing military drills is getting rid of the treasonous bastards that have usurped us, that are domestic enemies. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we have an alleged governor who is dealing with the most atrocious demonic regime known to man. Like, you heard about the Great Leap Forward with Mao Zedong? That never stopped. You know how many Chinese have died since this pandemic started? We don't even know. They have the most secretive military. And I'll tell you what they're doing right now. Right there on my show, we saw above Tacoma a Chinese submarine in Canadian waters test fired a missile. And we had locals and viewers of the show send it to me. And they're amassing, as of 2 days ago, I got the word, all the Canadian troops are amassing at the border. For what? True. For what? To fight a virus?
It only takes one missile,
for what?
man.
Are we all bum rushing Canada trying to break in? No. There's something else. So let me just build the case. Let me build the teaser. Is you have it on BC in the north of Washington. You have it on the Quebec side. Then you have it here in these southern regions here into Mexico. You still have that element because I got contact a friend of mine in Tijuana. He said, Dean, you would be surprised. There are many Chinese nationals here, and they're speaking fluent Spanish. So initially I thought, like anyone, wow, Rosetta Stone works for everybody. You just can learn any language you want. But then I thought, oh, no. These are CCP. And let me just break it down to you how this works, because this is happening in New Zealand right now. So you have a young family from Beijing, and they just buy up Irvine, and they send their kids to Irvine University, or what's called UC Irvine, or whatever. And then next thing you know, they're buying up all the local businesses, and then you're thinking, oh, okay, that's cool. We love everybody. But what you don't know is these are double agents. And if you think I'm crazy, go look at the NYPD officer that was neither an officer or from New York. Oh, he's a double agent. Go look at the thousands of professors in the United States who were just caught for being treasonous CCP agents. Assets. We are under attack. This is subversion through infiltration. It's a 20-plus year program. And first President Bush did, he got rid of our industry, it all went to China. Remember that? Everything went to China. Cheap. They were deindustrializing us to bring us to our knees. So we only have a service sector. Like everyone I know that went to college with degrees is a waiter. Well, now they're getting rid of the service sector because they're ready to roll in their AI automation robots to take us over. So getting back to my initial thesis here, how is this going to work? How many of you have heard about Operation Warp Speed? It's a vaccine. I'm winking, you can't see me, but it's a vaccine rollout. Okay, May 15th. So we had an underground warfare that started April 1st. I covered it. It started there in Long Beach Harbor. There's an underground tunnel system that went through La Cienega, went through the Playboy Mansion, went through Getty's Museum, and went through all the southern regions, went about a mile down, and it was an old tunnel system through the Prohibition days. And then it became, you know, as the child trafficking, the fentanyl, and then China owned the Long Beach port there. Obama gave them a 40-year contract. They still own the Seattle ones. Trump tore that one up, got rid of the 5G, and they got really upset after that. So now we have Operation Warp Speed. Okay, so if we know the Democrats use the social justice and the race stuff to put in place all their dissidents, all the Antifa, all the BLM. In fact, Newsom released 18,000 inmates in August. He released 7,000 in July. He released 3,500 the first night of the pandemic. Gee, what a compassionate guy. No, he's not. In fact, they're doing it all over the major blue cities. Some of these guys are sexual predators. Some of them are on death row. And, you know, they take deals. Like, I believe the guy in Kenosha that got his arm shot off, he just got out of jail as a sexual predator, and he had all these firearms. They're like, oh, he must have been Antifa. Yeah, I guess. You want to ignore the fact that all these inmates are being let out for a reason. And then you have Irvine saying, well, we have welcome packages. So here's what it is. That's how they moved everything around under the guise of peaceful protests and the George Floyd experiment, you know, and PSYOP. So this is what they're doing. With the rollout of the vaccine, you can mobilize military with no worry. I mean, can you imagine Don Lemon saying, you know, the vaccines are a problem and stuff? Nobody's going to say that. So Trump's using their cover, their smokescreen, their guys to do what I call Operation Trojan Horse. And that's what I believe we're about to experience and witness. And I'm going to tell you how this is going to go. There's going to be a violent reaction, and we all can feel we can cut the tension with a knife. Still waiting for my ticket, by the way. You can cut the tension with a knife. People are going to be so upset because the Democrats have promoted this thing. They're having gala events with Kamala Harris and her dirty sister that's in the WikiLeaks talking about pizza with Podesta, and you know, Joe Biden, he's not even there, and he wears a new boot now. See, they know domestically they've lost. They've lost the narrative domestically because there's so many people overwhelmingly voted for Donald Trump that they had to burn the ballots. Like, how many in California are missing? How many ballots? A few million? Okay, so they had the biometric watermarks on it. I have the actual government document. There may be a new election, but so these people are not going to get it. What the Democratic Party is doing, they're shopping a war. This is a PR stunt to promote or to legitimize rather, a foreign power, a coalition, just like Iraq, just like Syria, just like Lebanon. They're trying to invite, you know, Canada, France, China, NATO, UN. Please help us, save us from this evil dictator, save us from, restore our democracy, please, UN. The irony in that is incredible. That's what they're doing. They're representing this whole thing to an international community at this point. Just imagine how hard this is to get this information out domestically. Think about internationally. I mean, my cousin called me the day after the election from Australia. He didn't even call me when my grandparents died. No, he called me to tell me how horrible Donald Trump was, and he's Hitler, and we're all going to die, and I should repent. Well, I said, okay, well, have you seen your country? Because you're in concentration camps, cousin. Have you been in Melbourne? Yeah. Yeah, oh, by the way, China owns all the natural water reservoirs in Australia, and they're always in the universities. That's where the money laundering is going on. That's where the infiltration is happening. They're buying up Liverpool, England right now, and they're in Canada because Trudeau, the illegitimate son of Castro, who I believe talks with a list, if I recall. I'm not sure. He signed a treaty last year in December with China. It's called FIPA. It's called Foreign Investment Protection Act. And what that says is if China decides to open a bank near the border of the U.S., they have carte blanche. They have all the right to bring their military in there, tanks, Apache helicopters, submarines, all that stuff, to guard their investment. Now, that seems a little weird to me because U.S. can't go in there. You have to alert people. You just can't have military in there, meaning Canada's gone. Canada is what Venezuela is. It's a proxy state of China. This has been called the Chinese New Century. This has been called the AI takeover. And it's always done on China first, just like all the vaccines and all the illness is done in Africa first. Then they bring it here. I have a whistleblower woman who's in the medical profession. In 2009, she was in Costa Rica and was pulled to a side by a community of elite medical professionals. They said, hey, you may want to hide out here the next few years. There's going to be a lot of all these new diseases and viruses. We're trying to get the vaccine pushed. They were right? Remember Zika? Remember the bird flu, swine flu? Remember all those classics? Well, that was the testing ground to get where we are here. This very weak virus that has locked down the entire world, which, by the way, has a 94% survival rate. And it's shutting everything down. And guess who got caught with it? Dr. Charles Lieber out of Harvard was caught and arrested on January 29th of this year with 2 of his student aides that were PLA members. That is a real arrest. We have been infiltrated in our university system. That's why you send your kid to college, they come back as, just the biggest communists you've ever met in your life. You go to Berkeley and speak like this, they're going to try to kill me. So I just can't take it anymore. That's why I came back. I'm tired of just seeing this beautiful place called Orange County, this beautiful city called Huntington Beach, totally get usurped. I'm so sick of it. The police got to know. But do they really? Do police want to know, or do they know? I don't know. But the sheriff knows. Sheriff Barnes of Orange County is a good man. So this is what the crescendo moment, this is the watershed shed moment that we're coming to, is an insurrection. It is war. And how we can prepare for it. Yet those are not banned on the street. Those I hear every 2 minutes. Is we need to work with the business class, because when the Nazis took down the Jews, they went after the business class. That was the last thing in society that kept the Jews. It's never the business class that believes it. But we need to educate these people, because let's be honest, some of these people are maybe they're from another country that has never known freedom, that doesn't even know what the hell we're talking about. In India, it's very oppressive. It's the caste system, for crying out loud.
India has 50 days internet blackout for them right now. 50 days.
50 days. So we need to work with the business community and work with this Main Street and say, hey, we don't need the mask. And when that little Beetlejuice-looking health director of LA, when she or whatever that thing is comes over, we're going to stand out here in thousands, and you're going to say, well, come and take it.
That's right.
One man with courage makes a majority, and we are many, many men and women here today. So that's how this is going to end. Now, Operation Warp Speed is in motion. We have 12 C-130 airplanes amassing all over the United States at the borders. We have military at the northeast border. Every major city has federales, I'll say, prepared to intercept. Every major hotel in LAX right now has the released inmates. They have the Antifa, the BLM type. Somebody's paying for them. Somebody's paying for them. Like the DNC, Airbnb, Planned Parenthood, all these people. So anyways, they're all there in LAX. Now, I was the guy that said, you got eyes on the Capitol in California, Sacramento. Who remembers when the 1.5 billion hollow point bullets by Obama were given to DHS in 2013? Oh, I almost fell down. Anyways, Obama in 2013 gave DHS 1.5 billion hollow point bullets. Those are bullets that if you get hit, you explode. And fully automatic weapons. Nobody knows where they went. Well, I know where they went. I have a whistleblower who works in the Capitol building. The Capitol building goes 10 stories down, and he says that's where the weapons are. 4 state agencies are issuing them to Antifa and BLM. And I said, who? Please tell me more. Because state FDA and CHP are giving weapons to prepare for war for their insurrection, for their communist revolution, for their Bolshevik revolution. Well, here's the problem, is these communists, these Chinese military, just like Hitler, they had an easy time going through Europe. They had an easy time going through Poland. They're not going to have an easy time going through America because we have the Second Amendment and we're cold-blooded killers when need be. We protect our family and our loved ones, and we're going to protect this city. We're going to protect this great state of California. That's why I'm sure that we have a surefire way of beating these people, and it starts by saying no, and then it ends with saying, get ready for Nuremberg trials and prepare for war. Insurrections around the corner. I want to thank all of you for coming here today. Thank you for allowing me to speak. God bless Orange County. God bless California. And God bless America and all of you.
Can you guys hear me okay? All right, so in the honor, in the spirit of good graces, and we're going to be here all day, we are actually going to be moving our party to the other side of the corner. Simon says go play on that side of the corner. So we're going to take just a really quick moment to grab our equipment. Please stay with us. Please stay with our speakers. We've got a great lineup of speakers coming up. We've got just some amazing information coming your way on all kinds of topics, especially with the vaccine mandates. And we'd love to see you guys all on the other side in about 5 minutes.
I don't know if we want to keep it going or is it just okay?
We'll end it right now.
Okay.
And then